Hello, elegant listeners and viewers, and welcome to Go, my favorite haunting team. Very different today because it's a Halloween special episode, and I'm even in the studio with a ghost. There's a ghost across from me.
The ghosts usually infect my body.
Yeah, but this is a different ghost. This is a ghost from a haunted venue. Mark's on remote, but we got a special guest ghost across from me in the studio.
Editors, scare 'em.
Ah!
Not you, them. M. Scare M.
Who's M?
E-M.
Oh.
Scare 'em.
Gotcha.
Scare apostrophe M.
I understand it now. Now that I can
good.
visualize the word in full 3D spinning around in my head.
Take that, Bob.
I understand.
Can't imagine shit. Dumb.
That's really funny because the episode that is airing this week is the one where we have Wade in it.
Yeah. Now there's a man who can imagine some stuff in his mind.
Truly.
Too much. One could say he's incredibly distracted by the things in his mind.
Aren't we all, though?
Which I believe is just Shakira. Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Especially if we have ADHD, which I think all of us do.
Boobs!
You did that last time.
Did I?
That was like the beginning of the episode.
There's no way at the beginning of another remote session I went, boobs!
Not
that
remote
is
session,
impossible.
not remote session, but...
Definitely didn't happen.
Anyway, Mark, how are you?
Good. I'm still drinking water, if I talked about that in the last episode. Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a week, so I've been doing this for a week now. I don't feel any different, really. I'm still just peeing a lot. So waiting for those incredible health benefits to kick in, all the mental clarity, but a lot of pissing.
Takes about a month of doing that.
A month? Why?
Yeah, 4 weeks. It just does. That's before your body adjusts to having proper hydration. It takes time because your system has to kind of reset and relearn how much water you have available.
Okay, whatever. I'll keep doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the fuck? That news story just opened up super loud. What the hell?
Is this your TikTok news, the new segment at the start of the episode?
No, I didn't look up any more sports TikToks.
Okay.
But I got other sport news.
Okay, what we got?
So, you told me, well, Wade told me originally that Flacco from the Browns is coming
Joe
out of the
Flacco,
Bengals.
yeah.
They had a matchup against the Steelers. And so Rodgers is over 40, and Flacco's over 40. So it was two old men on a football field duking it out. And apparently that's news. So
that's coming up next week. Yeah, two old guys.
Oh, will come up. Okay, all right. I thought it already happened.
I mean, by the time this airs, it will have already happened. So, yeah.
Other than that, there's some about Bengals defense and some kind of Cowboys are still in it. Which is funny because every clip I see on TikTok has the Cowboys hilariously losing.
Which I think they lost this week, too.
Yeah, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory is how I've heard it put it.
Apparently, Jerry Jones did something stupid after losing to the Panthers.
What did he do?
He's ripped for cowardly move. Let's see what he did.
He ran away? What did he do?
Jones, who likes to talk, pulled a cowardly move with reporters following his team's loss Sunday. Jerry Jones is not talking today after the game. Okay, he just didn't talk when he's normally known for talking. So he was a coward and didn't talk after losing
That's the move? He just didn't talk?
Yeah, that's
Wait, aren't they contractually obligated to talk sometimes? Don't they have to do that most of the time?
Players do. I don't know about owners.
Oh, it's the owner. Okay.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is the owner.
Not really cowardly then. It's just like he just didn't do it.
Yeah. One fan literally said, nah, tell him don't run now. If Dak is at the podium taking the bullet for his terrible defense, Jerry needs to be front and center owning up to the mess he created, one fan added.
I see.
Because Carolina is notably one of the worst teams in the NFL. And they were last year. Yeah.
Well, why?
They're just not very good.
That's it. That's the professional opinion from our Sportmaster. They're not good.
They've had to switch out quarterbacks. They've had issues with keeping coaching staff because they just suck. So they just keep firing coaching staff. But actually, this year, it's actually the Jets that are the worst. They're 0-6. So Carolina and the Jets vying for worst team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other news, Caitlin Clark has not had any news, which
that's news.
Is interesting because I will note it's a lot less WNBA stories without Caitlin Clark. Although is Is the season over?
Oh, they're over. Yeah. The season's over.
It's all over.
Yeah. The Aces won, sweeping the Mercury 4-0.
Yes, but no Caitlin Clark, unfortunately. But
I think she's focusing up on healing.
it had the best finals viewership through 3 games in 25 years. Game 1 had 1.9 million viewers. Game 2, 1.2, and then 1.3 for Game 3. So...
It is notable that all of the games were very close.
Interesting.
Only one game was won by double digits, and it was a 13-point victory in Game 2. Game 1 was won by 3, Game 3 was won by 2, and Game 4 was won by 13. So
yeah,
2 and 4 were 13 points.
And what's interesting to note is...
Or 11.
I have some historical data of Nielsen ratings throughout the past few years. So it was bottomed out in 2019. There was only 238,000 viewers who watched the Game 1 finals of the WNBA. And then 2020 it was 350, then 460, 550, 700, 1.14, 1.9. It is quite an increase over the past couple years. So a lot of that viewership is driven up. People are more interested in it. And over the past decade, it's just been really, really crushing it. So that's good to see.
It's also exceptionally notable because now that Caitlin Clark brought more eyes to the game, people are seeing the other fantastic players in the WNBA, like Asia Wilson, and a few others that are not coming to the top of my head right now. Kelsey Plum, I think, is one of them. So people are actually watching Paige Beckers, apparently, or Bukers. Somebody told me it's pronounced Beckers. But all of those people are bringing more attention to the game, and thus they're noticing the prominence of these athletes, and thus resulting in why the viewership for the finals was so big was because of the players that were in that and how competitive it was.
Yeah, overall very cool, but missed out on Caitlin Clark. But although I don't know if Caitlin Clark's team would have gone all the way.
No, but the ghost of Caitlin Clark brought in extra viewership.
The ghost of Caitlin Clark.
She's still alive.
Okay, good. Because it's spooky Halloween season.
Yeah, it's spooky Halloween season. It is. It is. You know, it's the Hallows Eve, I think is what it's called. The day before Halloween is when this airs.
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve. So today we get to talk about some curses in sport, and it looks like we have some hauntings as well.
Cue the lightning! Yeah, look at the spooky house.
Yeah.
Light Tyler on fire.
Ah!
Yeah, that's what you get.
Do you want to start, or would you like me to start?
You start.
All right. The first one we have is the curse of Bobby Lane.
Bobby Lane? Why does that sound familiar?
Well, he was a very famous quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
So, the Detroit Lions back in the 1950s. Bob's team, believe it or not. Detroit Lions were a powerhouse in the 1950s. But now they're generally synonymous with football futility. They've been better in recent years, but right now and before, horrible, awful. Consider some of the worst teams in the NFL. Their fortunes flipped, however, in the 1950s after they traded future Hall of Fame quarterback Bobby Lane to the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1958, after winning 3 titles in the past 6 years. When he found out he got traded, he might have been a little angry, and he said something to the effect that the Lions won't win a championship for 50 years.
Damn.
That is a quote from Lane's son, Alan, when he talked to the Detroit Free Press.
So it's legitimately trying to curse the team here.
Yep. So the trade for Detroit star quarterback coincided with the start of an epic championship drought for the Lions. The Lions haven't even appeared in an NFL championship game or an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl, let alone won one. In fact, they won just one single playoff game since then.
Wasn't the Bengals having kind of a similar run before, what's his face?
Before Burrow and...
Yeah,
Jamar Chase, yeah. But they weren't, their curse was Bo Jackson. There was a curse from Bo Jackson because of an injury that they caused in the playoffs.
I see.
So that's their curse, because ever since that happened, they couldn't win a game in the postseason. If Lane indeed cursed the Lions for half a century, the Hex has had even greater power. Rather than return to greatness in 2008, Detroit became the first team to post an 0-16 record then. which was exactly 50 years after the trade.
How many times have someone done an 0-16? For everyone at home, that's 0 wins, 16 losses.
That was the first time in history.
Oh my
2008.
God.
I think it's happened like once or twice.
Did you just say that?
Then.
I was like, one half of the sentence went in, one right out.
Yes, I did just say that.
Look, guys, I don't know. I have no excuse.
What's even crazier is that same year, the Pittsburgh Steelers won the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Which was the team
they traded to.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. What the fuck? It's fine.
Even the subsequent drafting of quarterback Matthew Stafford, who attended the same Texas high school as Lane, grew up on the same street, failed to reverse these fortunes for the Lions. And now he plays for the Rams. And his first year with the Rams, won a Super Bowl.
Wow. Well, against the Bengals, right?
It was against the Bengals. And it was in L.A., so they had crazy home field advantage. But yeah. So do you believe in that curse? Do you believe it, since he supposedly said it?
I mean, it seems pretty cursed. How can one city be that bad and have the first and only 0-16?
I think it's happened since then. The Cleveland Browns had one.
No, say it ain't so.
2008 Detroit Lions and 2017 Cleveland Browns are the only two.
I see. Okay. Well, what can you do? Win some, lose some.
Don't trade away somebody without communicating with them so they don't curse you.
Very important. That one's actually really important.
Yeah. Good communication solves a lot of problems. It's kind of crazy.
Shockingly, yes.
Anyway, you want to lead into the next curse or maybe do the haunting?
I will. Cue the lightning. Light me on fire. The Pottsville curse. Hailing from a small town in the heart of Pennsylvania's coal country, the Pottsville Maroons joined the Chicago Cardinals atop the NFL standings in 1925. NFL was in 1925? That doesn't seem right.
1970, the AFL and NFL merged to become overarching as the NFL. So the NFL did exist before then. It was just separate from the AFL.
Interesting. Although there was no official championship game, Pottsville proved itself the league's top team by defeating the Cardinals 21-7 on the road in a December showdown. And we've all heard of the Pottsville Maroons.
Yeah.
To this day, we know about that team.
And the Chicago Cardinals, now known as the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, interesting. 21-7 on the road to December showdown. With its season complete, the Maroons... The marooned men. Not an insult now. You fucking moron. Anyway, the Maroons scheduled a game against a squad of Notre Dame All-Stars in Philadelphia's Shea Park because its home field was too small to hold the expected crowd. Philadelphia, however, was the territory of the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets.
Apparently another NFL team.
We all know about the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets.
We all know about the Yellow Jackets out of Frankfurt.
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia.
I love Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, Philadelphia?
I don't know.
I guess it's probably in Frankfurt, Pennsylvania, but...
Maybe. Anyway, they feared the conflicting game would diminish their gait. When the Maroons played the game in defiance of his orders, NFL Commissioner Joseph Carr stripped Pottsville of its title. Chicago scheduled 2 hasty games, including one against a team with high schoolers recruited by the Cardinals, to finish the season with a slightly higher winning percentage.
This back in the 1920s...
It was kind of crazy.
It was a crapshoot. People would just pick people up off the street and be like, "You're on a pro team now. You got big arms. Let's go."
Yeah, you just get whoever has muscle and can run and hold a ball, and that's all you got. That's all you need to know.
Or maybe you get one person that you don't like and be like, hey, "We can make him get absolutely demolished.
Good.
We'll play cream the bean instead of a football game."
Play what? You're gonna play what are you gonna play?
Cream the bean.
What are you playing over there?
Back when I was younger, that's what you'd call it. You'd throw the football in the air, and the person who caught it, you'd
How many beans you creaming over there? How many?
Mark, you know the answer to this. You know the answer. We already
do.
talked about my dating life.
I don't think I do know. I'm not familiar with... Anyway, the Bidwell family, which still owns the Cardinals, claimed the 1925 title after purchasing the team in 1933. They retroactively claimed it. The NFL has repeatedly voted against reconsideration of the 1925 championship, including as recently as 2003. Since winning the title in 1947 and moving to St. Louis and then Arizona, the Cardinals have experienced the longest championship drought among major American professional sports teams, and some believe it will endure until the NFL restores Pottsville's title. So...
yeah, they haven't won a championship since 1925.
oof. Is that the longest championship drought? I read it and I didn't take it in.
Yeah.
I literally read that and I didn't take it in.
I honestly want you to be one of those people that goes under an MRI while like stuff like this is happening and figures out why it's not clicking.
It's one brain is doing backflips and the other half of my brain is doing anything else. Literally anything else.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I've lost the lid to my goddamn water bottle and I don't know how, because why would I have set it down?
Didn't you just have it at the beginning of this?
No, I didn't. It's been gone for a couple days, and I don't know where it's gone. It's just disappeared. I walked out of this room, and it was just gone. So I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, so give Pottsville back its title, and the Cardinals have to go back there.
Yeah, Roger Goodell, commissioner of the NFL right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go to a haunting here. All right,
Oh.
I'm going to change it up. Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Beneath the foundations of Nationwide Arena are the ruins of the Ohio Penitentiary.
Cue the lightning.
A prison infamous for tragic past and terrible conditions. Starting in 1834, the prison operated for around 150 years, once housing death row inmates with executions being carried out within the building. While many deaths occurred from executions, neglect, and prisoner violence, there's one event in the prison's history that is said to have caused the stadium's hauntings.
My God, it couldn't have been any kind of a execution.
No, impossible.
No,
Couldn't
it's
have been
sport-related.
neglect from them not feeding prisoners and they just starved to death.
Prisoner riots? That doesn't cause hauntings.
There wasn't any abuse or anything that happened in a prison back then. What do you mean?
No.
No souls could possibly be tormented from the horrible treatment they experienced.
No.
Or falsely imprisonment.
That never happens.
No, especially not in America.
Mm-hmm.
Not when it was great.
Don't worry. They're working on it. They're working on that exact issue.
No, you're right.
I
you're
hear.
right. Yeah,
I hear.
in Chicago, in Portland.
Uh-huh.
All right, on April 21st, 1930, a tragic fire blazed through the building,
Oops.
killing.
Oh, that's not... Editors, don't light us on fire. Don't do that.
Killing 322 men.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
Wait, aren't prisons usually made of, like, brick or something sturdy?
I imagine not in the 1930s, maybe? I don't know.
Damn.
But the fire was
crazy.
officially deemed an accident, but it also was a preventable disaster made worse by neglect and bad safety infrastructure.
Jeez.
Many believe that the spiritual energy of those who met violent, unjust, or premature ends has infused the site permanently. The ground is thus hallowed ground. Some reports describe seeing figures in striped uniforms or old prison garb walking briefly through the stands or disappearing near service entrances. These sightings are consistent with the historical attire of prisoners from the penitentiary era. So during games and team practices, many players have spoken about strange presences felt near their locker rooms, along the tunnels that connect the ice to the main arena. Some athletes have admitted to being chilled mid-game during moments of stillness, like timeouts or intermission.
Okay, all right. Well, hold on.
We're on ice here, right?
A player who is literally on ice stops moving for a little bit and like, oh, I don't know why. I feel cold all of a sudden.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
sweaty
all right.
and I'm in a cold environment and now I'm not moving a lot? No way, I feel cold.
These guys in stripes, it's the refs going by like, oh! Oh no!
The ownership just hires like extra refs to just randomly go into weird places.
Yeah. Inexplicable. Couldn't explain it.
No, impossible. Now, it's said that certain seating sections always feel oddly off, as if watched by unseen eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone so far as paranormal investigators have said the sheer number of deaths in the area is the cause of its paranormal activity. And I imagine they've probably had people spend the night and do investigations, use all their equipment, all that stuff.
I mean, so what's funny in the beginning of this is beneath the foundations of Nationwide Arena are the ruins of Ohio Penitentiary. That makes it sound like the entire prison just sank into the earth and then they were like, bulldoze over it. Just put some concrete down, but it's intact down there. I don't think that's how these buildings work. I'm pretty sure they would still excavate, especially for an arena is very big. But I get what they're saying.
They could have some, well, I mean, probably dust, some bricks. It could have been dug deep and, being that old, they might not have had to cover some of it because older foundations last.
Well, if it's made of wood to burn down, I'm not sure how much is there. But that being said, if we're thinking of this like on a haunting level, aren't hauntings and ghosts there has to be something physical for them to be tethered to, right? That's kind of the whole thing.
The land technically qualifies.
Yeah, so it's either just the land or the ash and mixed in the soil or something like that. Yada, yada, right?
I've got pictures of it for you.
There has to be an anchor. Isn't that the thing? There has to be an anchor there.
That sounds like it is a thing.
So there must be
this place was huge.
Oh, really? Let me look it up.
Ohio Penitentiary fire. Looks like brick.
Oh, but there is a photo of it on fire, and good Lord, that is a haunting photo for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is big. It does look like brick, but I guess inside they still could have a lot of wooden furniture and structures. Like just because something is built brick doesn't mean that it's always going to be brick.
Beds, cloth, stuff like that.
Yeah, that is very large. That is way bigger than I thought it would be for a early 1900s.
Yeah, so this is
place.
You can see it's very much brick and all of that.
That's
but apparently,
huge,
look
though.
at this.
Yeah,
look how
it's
big
enormous.
that is. That was just the front.
So what we're seeing is there's a huge building the front of the building is a long stretching building, looks like a government building about 4 stories tall, 3 stories tall. But that's just the front. So as wide as it is, it's double as deep into so I don't know if this fire consumed everything. It said 300 and something people were killed, but this place is huge. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, if you see pictures of the interior when they have the coffins lined up there for after the fire, that's a lot. That is a lot. Okay,
Mark, this was still
bigger.
standing in 1997.
So they bulldozed it to build the arena?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a shame because I'm looking at old pictures of this. This is a beautiful building. I mean, haunted as hell for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like the kind of building that would be haunted, so I definitely believe it.
This is the aerial view. This is an official aerial view of it in 1990.
Damn. I mean, yeah, that's it's in Mansfield, Ohio. Or it was in Mansfield, Ohio.
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen the historic Cincinnati Library?
Maybe.
What that looked like before they tore it down? It was a national wonder. Like it was beautiful.
I don't think I've seen it.
All right, I'll pull up a picture. This is, I guess, the inside. That looks awful.
Oh man. Ooh. Yeah.
This is all before demolition, so like obviously time has taken its toll, but
yeah. Oh, was this where they filmed Shawshank Redemption?
Is it?
It is.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, they filmed Shawshank Redemption at this prison. No way.
Gone forever.
Yeah. I have to pee.
Go pee.
I'll be back.
I'm pulling up the historic Cincinnati Library. The old main library. I mean, this place was beautiful. I mean, like, safety hazard, I'm sure, with how this is arranged. But, like, this is the inside. That's the bottom bookshelves. Then you had these ladders you'd go up, and they had sliding ladders over them. This is some of the inside. Looking at the resting area in the main hall. I mean, this place was absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this. It housed so much cool stuff. Old photos. old architecture. This is in the vestibule.
Okay. Anyway.
I pulled up the historic Cincinnati Library.
Well, what this is saying, though, is you can still book a tour. So there must be part of the prison that still exists.
Okay.
What was the arena called?
Nationwide? Yeah, Nationwide.
Nationwide Arena. Let me look.
Yeah, but look at this. This was the old historic Cincinnati Library, Mark.
Oh, I have seen pictures of this. Yeah. What happened to it?
They tore it down to build a different library. I think it's where UC's library is now.
Okay, so it's hard for me to tell where everything is in relation to each other, where Nationwide Arena is.
Well, it looks like it's in that same square, so part of me wonders if it's just to the left of it.
Okay, this is saying the Ohio State Reformatory is in a completely different spot. Oh, wait, are we completely mistaken this? Hold on.
It's the Ohio Penitentiary, the Ohio State Penitentiary, not the Ohio State Reformatory.
Right, okay.
It was in downtown Columbus, Ohio, so you're looking
okay, all right, got it. Okay, yeah. Those are two different places then. Okay, this was not where Shawshank Redemption was filmed up in the other place. This one's just pure burn down. I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Well, listen to me because I'm about to scare your pants off.
Yeah, I know about this curse.
Everybody rush to the bathrooms. You're going to shit yourself over the Madden curse. Lightning. No fire.
Just lightning with John Madden's voice.
Yeah, exactly. In 1998, the San Francisco 49ers running back Garrison Hurst became the first NFL player to appear on the cover of the wildly popular Madden football game produced by EA Sports. Get in the game. Although he had a Pro Bowl season, Hurst suffered a gruesome ankle injury in a playoff game. It was the first in a series of injuries in 4 seasons that seemed to strike players appearing on the video game's cover. According to Digital Trends, 16 of the 22 players selected to appear on the cover through 2021 subsequently suffered troubling or shortened seasons. The list includes Rob Gronkowski, Drew Brees, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, that might have been his own doing.
Yeah.
Dante Culpepper, and Adrian Peterson. Michael Vick's like, Mr. Madden is making me do this. He's making me do all this. Should have said that in
Madden
court.
Reaching out.
Oh, no!
Twisting my ankle. Breaking my knee.
Is that what happened to Michael?
No, John Madden was alive during this time.
No, I meant Michael Vick. I was like...
Oh, no. Michael Vick...
I know what happened to Michael Vick.
I don't know if it was with the cover, but...
Well, he must have been if it's on this list.
But he could have gotten injured that season, too. He had seasons where he was injured, so...
But he also had seasons where... The dog fighting.
I think he was in prison for part of that too, so.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's what they're referring to here.
Yeah.
Although he blamed contract negotiations rather than the supposed curse, running back LaDainian Tomlinson turned down a cover appearance. His replacement on the Madden 2008 cover, quarterback Vince Young of the Tennessee Titans, endured a quadriceps injury and threw nearly twice as many interceptions as touchdowns.
It goes so far as to, like, Peyton Hillis, who had a one-season wonder after that, got injured, never really played or was popular again for the Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. Players actually are regularly turning down the Madden cover because they do not want to face the risk.
Why are sports people or athletes so superstitious? I feel like more than the average population, athletes are superstitious. Baseball especially.
I think part of it has to do with routine. So like when you play a sport and you're doing stuff, the easiest way to get into a groove and maintain doing stuff like muscle memory and things like that is having a sequence that just gets you in the right place, the right headspace, and doing it. So I think part of that is just simply routine. And when something breaks the routine, they don't normally perform as well because something is shakes their mind or messes with their form or one thing or another. So I think part of it is simply that. I think another part of it is there's enough like publicity and instillment about like, you know, the rally cap or like don't shave your beard and different things that exist that it just perpetuates within players. And it's like, I don't want to mess with it because if this player believes in it and I do something wrong, then they could blame me. So it's like it kind of manifests itself in the community in both of those ways.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely something very common in the sports world, especially baseball.
Okay. All right then. Okie dokie.
I got another
Yes.
haunting.
All right.
This time we go to a high school. Lee Williams High School in Kingman, Arizona is situated on the grounds of an old pioneer cemetery that once held over 300 coffins of settlers and the local Native American tribe that I will not try to pronounce, but it's Hualapi.
How to pronounce Hualapai? Wait, I got it. Here we go. Hualapai.
Hualapai.
That might not be right. That's the Google pop-up. Hualapai. So Hualapai is basically that, I think. That's a couple examples. Hualapai.
Well, part of the high school's football field and bleachers now stand on the hollowed ground of that old pioneer cemetery. And during renovations in 2010, construction workers ran across a nasty surprise.
Oh?
In a trench dug behind the bleachers, 7 coffins and artifacts were unearthed. These ghosts, perhaps angry that their resting place had been disturbed, present themselves at games and graduation ceremonies. A man with a bowler hat and a girl demanding to go out and play are the most prominent apparitions. Feelings of unease, disembodied voices, and light orbs are other unexplained paranormal activity that takes place around the bleachers and the field. Whether lore or reality, there is something seen and heard here at Lee Williams High School in Kingman, Arizona.
Has it caused them to lose any games?
I don't know, but it's probably, spooked some people in the stands.
Well, then they should get over it. If they're not having a historic century-long losing streak, I'd say toughen up. Punch those ghosts.
All right. You want another one?
Yeah. Oh, I'll take another one.
We're going to Kansas State University.
Okay. All right.
Their haunting is called Nick.
It's called Nick. Cue the lightning. All right.
In the 1950s, the East Stadium that sits on top of buildings below was used as an athletic dormitory with a cafeteria on the ground level. While on the field, Kansas football player Nick suffered an injury and was rushed to the cafeteria, where he soon passed away.
Well, that wasn't the right place to take him. Why did they take him to the cafeteria?
Oh, he just needs to hydrate. He's crampy. Just waterboard him.
He's having a cramp of the heart. Oh, we gotta. Jeez. All right, so I'm sure they had a reason.
I imagine so. In the 1950s.
1950s, they didn't have nurses. They couldn't possibly take care of them.
No ambulances. Those didn't exist.
No way.
No. But today, the area where Nick died is home to the Purple Mask Theater, where Nick apparently still hangs out. Although he can't give up his college antics. The ghost moves auditorium chairs, plays music, makes wooden boxes levitate, and spins fire extinguishers.
Spins them? Like in the air?
Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty impressive. This is quite the capable ghost. Okay, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, apparently the East Stadium and now with the amphitheater that's attached to it is haunted.
If you were a ghost, let's say for example, you're a ghost, right? Okay, you died and you're tethered to something. Well, what was a popular famous statue or some shit in your college?
In my college?
Yeah,
there was The Rock. There literally was a rock that got painted every year. It was just a giant rock.
You were crushed by the rock, right?
Okay.
But that's your anchor, right? What would you do? How would you haunt the school?
I would move the rock.
You'd move the rock?
It's a giant ass rock.
You think you're strong enough as a ghost to move the rock?
I mean, if I'm tethered to it, shouldn't I be able to move? Maybe that's the rule. You can't move the thing you're tethered to.
Yeah, I would think that if you could, and like, do you think your bones are still half crushed under the rock? Like, so it's like, someone please.
One bone was strong enough, it embedded in the bottom of the rock.
Right, that's it. Well, I was just like, what would you do? Would you get bored?
Oh, I'd be so bored.
It'd be so boring.
Because you're stuck in the same place. You can't go explore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably a limited range, right? So you only got a limited amount of space to roam, and it's just like you're stuck there. And what are you going to do? Scare people or be a pervert? That's basically your two options as a ghost.
Those are basically the two options that most people would think of.
That's all you got. And honestly, probably as a ghost, you can't do anything about it. You don't have junk anymore, so it wouldn't even do anything for you.
Yeah, you just look at boobs and be like, man, I remember when I was alive.
Oh, man. So I just feel like boredom would be it.
How would you think would be the way for you to find like the ability to escape being a ghost and move on to whatever the afterlife was?
I don't know.
Would somebody have to like destroy the thing you're tethered to?
I don't know. You get those annoying ghost hunting YouTubers that come in and are just like trying to film you, get a rise out of you. And all they're doing is pissing you off. So they can't understand you anyway. And they're not there to help. All those YouTubers are never there to actually alleviate any of the symptoms. So they're just a bunch of bullshit anyway.
No, they're like, we want content. Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be a ghost, everybody.
Yeah, and
Move
don't
on.
be a ghost hunter that makes ghosts dance for entertainment.
Well, if you can get some content out of it, just go ahead and do that. That'd be fine. Yeah.
Just like talk to the ghost and make like an agreement,
and
friendly
what would you
arrangement.
Even say to the other ghosts that are wandering around, you probably
hey, dude,
hate
these guys are chill.
Nah, they're probably all assholes.
Probably.
But did you know that this is totally unrelated to this, but it kind of makes me think about it. There was a company, I think that's in Australia, I'm not 100% sure, but they basically are making little brain computers, right? So they take some human brain cells and they cultivate it to create a cluster of brain cells. These aren't very big, mind you, but they're probably like the size of a tiny little pebble or rock. But that is millions of cells, right? So they're hooking these up to computers and electronic interfaces, and they're giving them, interaction, and even in a video game world, they have some kind of interaction with things in there. And so one of the examples that I saw was a brain organelle, which is what is referred to, had access to a game where they could control I say they, very loose terms of they here. It could control a butterfly in the game, right? So it got input from it, and there it was able to flap and move around. And it did. It started moving the butterfly around. It got input, landed on flowers, and it didn't teach anything. It was just like kind of machine learning, but with real nerve cells. And what was said was, you're basically making the Matrix at that point, and that's kind of must be what a ghost is like. It's like if ghosts exist. I don't believe ghosts exist, but it would be that kind of hallucinatory perception, right? You don't have any physical connection to the world, but everything is like loosely, you're getting input and kind of interacting, but everything is very loose, translucent. You can't actually touch anything.
So it has like none of the normal nervous reactions of touch, taste, smell.
Exactly. But the illusion is pretty convincing. And so if ghosts, there's been theories about like ghosts are just the dreams of people that are sleeping out there, whatever. It would be similar, right? And so to these brains, it's very happening right now, where it's in the matrix of this butterfly world, and they've even put these things in little robots that can move around, and that makes them technically cyborgs, and so it's like moving around. I mean, I saw all this on TikTok, so who knows what's real and what's not, but isn't that kind of like what a ghost is?
Yeah, I would think so.
Can't escape. There's no way to get out. It's brain in a jar.
Yeah, the only difference is like there's not really any matter or cells with relation to a ghost. That's the only distinguishing difference between these two. But I guess it's like the ghost of the machine. If they're in the machine and that's what they think they are in that moment, if they think, depending on how these brain cells work, because I don't think
it's nearly enough brain cells to have any kind of the sophistication of what a full human brain would have. So at its very core, it's like you just make it equivalent to an animal with that much brain matter, and it's probably as sophisticated as that. There's nothing really different between a human nerve cell. Well, there are, of course. The biologists are going to be like, but on a fundamental level, a nerve cell from a human and a nerve cell on an individual cell-to-cell level is pretty similar across things with brains, which is the majority of things. It's the organization and the sophistication of the entire brain that makes what we think possible, but who knows?
Consciousness, I guess.
Consciousness, yeah. That is really not just consciousness, but self-awareness. So
yeah.
There is a certain level of sophistication that needs for self-awareness. And a lot of people think it might just be humans, but we've shown that certain animals of sophistication have plenty of self-awareness and consciousness.
Well, and that's the other thing is like, we've always had this idea that humans have the superior mentality to like create tools, use tools, think like that. But there's consistently been outliers in different areas of animals and other things that do that as well. And I honestly think that potentially all living things have some semblance of consciousness or self-awareness.
Yeah.
Because like even plants, like the way they interact with each other is kind of crazy.
Yeah, because all it is complicated feedback loops of input and output. You get an input, you have an output. And so everything is kind of a balance of that. And so the more complicated the inputs and outputs get, or the more complicated the inputs and the processing, the more complicated the outputs. So it's always a fun. I'm dying. I can't stop.
Now I want whoever's making these TikToks to take the brain cells and put them on a plant and see if they can brain a plant or give a plant a brain.
They can brain a plant? Oh, I'm going to brain this plant so hard.
That plant's going to be so brained.
Oh, it's going to get brained.
Galaxy brain plant.
Yeah, I don't know if that would actually help a plant at all because really there's no way to act on the intelligence if there was, which I think is why plants don't have nerve cells in the way that we have brain cells. Because there's nothing to do with it. There are plants that react, like they have nerve-like signals like Venus flytraps and the leaves that fold in. There are plenty of responsive plants. But what are you going to do with it? Be a waste of energy.
Trees pulled their sap away from the outside and like stuff during the winter,
Yeah.
They can sense the seasons. But then they also are slower to react, so sometimes they die because of a random frost that occurs.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Mark, do you have any more haunting stories you want to share? Last chance?
How would you know if you weren't a brain in a jar already? Technically, all of us are brains in these meat jars that we have up here. That's all we are.
True.
Controlling our meat puppets. Our very sophisticated, incredibly complex, and awesome meat puppets.
That is mostly water.
Mostly water. Oh, I gotta drink more water. Yep. Drink your water, everybody, I guess.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll become a ghost. But that's going to do it for this episode. If you have any haunting stories, especially ones that are sports related, we would love to hear them. Go to the Reddit, reddit.com/r/GMFST to do all of that. You can give us episode suggestions. You can give us ideas. You can share your own stories, which we would love to hear more of your guys' own stories with sports, especially if they're haunting ones or otherwise good ones. Merch, hopefully soon, hopefully by now, hopefully it's there, store.gmfst.com.
It's got to be close if it's not there already.
Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Mark, for making time out of your busy day to call in remotely while your ghost sits across from me.
Of course, I apologize for it, but next time I'll be in the studio, for sure.
Yeah, but that's going to do it. Bye.
Bye.